driving down now from Marco Polo to go to Mactan Airport. I am meeting my friend, you know, the one that used to come along and make videos with me when I started, and then he moved back to Manila for some personal reasons, and now he's coming back to Cebu now, and I let him stay in my guest house for a while until he sorted his accommodations, or as long as he can stay actually. So I had to change tires as going down. So the other side of my tires is the one that's free with the car, so it's yellow. I gotta have to go in a vulcanizing shop, but I have to meet my friend first in the airport. So you can see around here, these are the market of Lahug, and I'm going to the turn on the left for me to go via Mactan, but this time I'm still gonna go on the first bridge because, you know, they are fixing the second bridge and there's a lot of potholes, especially going back from the airport. I gotta have to make sure that I go back on the first bridge again. And so I will be having, once in a while, my friend will be going around with me, helping my filming like he used to do before. And of course, he'll be staying more on the guest house because he'll be studying further for career enhancement. So we are now here in Salinas, Lahug. God, that was such if you're rushing to change your tires, you know, I asked an assistance from two lads. I did not film it because they're quite shy, but you know what I mean. I can't even think about filming it, but it's hard sometimes when you're a woman, have to change tires like in the middle of nowhere, because sometimes it's unavoidable that you can pick up some thorns or nails on the road. But it's sorted now. I got the reserve tires. That's a temporary one, but I'll make sure that after I pick up my friend, we'll have just the vulcanizing sorted out, so it will all be the same, because I got a yellow tire on the other side and it's smaller. It can't last long. So, and of that, I'm going to the airport now, and I'll be showing you around. And especially, I will interview my friend who's actually done it. What are the requirements required that he has to comply when it regards to traveling domestically around here in the Philippines? Because as of the moment, is domestic traveling is allowed. But they are hoping, like I said, always said, by the third quarter of the year, they're slowly easing up and open up the borders again. In fact, they have, if you are balikbayans, like what I mean with balikbayans is the one that they are resident here in the Philippines and they are coming home. OFWs, of course, are allowed to come in, and they have some protocols to health protocols to follow, requirements to follow, like 14-day quarantine in Manila. So I have to interview an actual person, my friend Zen, to tell you what is required of them for domestic, by passengers from domestic airport like Manila. So I'll be going on the left because I gotta go via AS Fortuna to the airport, or I could go straight ahead and go to the North Reclamation area straight on to Mandaue, nearer to the first bridge. The reason that I'm staying in Marco Polo today, because I really have internet problems. I am really struggling to upload, and even struggling. I don't know what's wrong with them. You know what happened? They sent me a new modem that they called they want to upgrade all the modem ready for 5G. So there's an installer technician coming over and there is no signal coming from picked up by that 5G modem. Now what happened, they sent me a modem, called me up, they sent me a modem that this will be a different one. This is the latest modems that is better than the old model. It's free, gonna send it to you by LBC, and all you have to do, you don't need technician. It's like the old one, you just plug it in and you start doing the internet connecting again. So it comes and we plug it in and everything's dead. Until now, I can't even go back to the old modem because once you turn on the new one, the old one automatically turns off. So I am left now with no internet. I'm back to the prepaid ones. I have prepaid PLDT, 4 of them. I have 2 Globe prepaid, 6 of them on the go, plus the postpaid one, 7. I spent a lot of time and money on this internet, and this hobby of mine is costing me so much. I have to stay in Marco Polo now to get their fast internet, because that's one thing I like, we and my daughter like about Marco Polo, is their fast internet. Sometimes my videos, we have to put it on a hard disk drive and then just upload it there because we are really struggling with internet. And also they have this thing now that, you know, the postpaid prepaid ones, that you buy the 1,499, that should have given you 180 gigabytes. But what the artful sort is doing is just giving you half of it, like 180, you only have 100, and the 80 will be forcing you to watch Vimeo, iPlex, the one that you don't want. You know, that means that the rate of free access for all is now, like the uploading is now half. I mean, 100 out of 80, almost half. Over half, 90 should be half of it, but giving you 100, it seems like you are paying now more than what you paid before. For the 1,499, you only got 100 gigabytes instead of 180. And it's really a problem. And that's why the reason that I want to talk to you about this, I know I have been saying that I don't want memberships and all that. But before I do anything about that, because lately, because of this pandemic, this is ridiculous. The ad revenues I gathered from YouTube is not enough to cover my expenses. I got old big moaning that since he bought me that M1 computer, have you noticed all my editing has changed a bit because of that computer? He was moaning that it should be paid by the channel, not him, and all this. And what am I spending so much time answering emails? And you know, but as a viewers and my subscribers, I'd like to ask your opinion, because I do value your opinion, suggestions. That what do you think about membership on my channel? I am not gonna be charging you exuberant amount like $50 a month. That's ridiculous for me. Only cheap amount for memberships, so I could be selective on who I will be answering emails to, because sometimes I do spend hours answering emails in details. Like for example, some ask me some certain subjects and I will share my knowledge to them and how to solve their dilemma, especially foreigners, that they get confused of certain situation that they have here in the Philippines, and I will explain to them based on my knowledge and studies, research of what's the best redress for them, what they can do, although some of them do not accept what I am advising or telling them to do, because that is not the thing that they want to hear. But the truth is, I just want you to be aware of what is your stand. And some, and not all, some, later on you will see that they'll be making videos about it, not even acknowledging you, and like they're the one making the research. Like my specialty is land, and they will be telling you about situations in land. And there they are, they just emailed you and they make videos about it. Oh, the comments, oh, well researched so and so, you have done a good job. Although he just asked me by email, so I stopped answering his emails. And I only want to give my members those detailed information when they email. Although if I still have time, I will answer other emails, but I will have preference for my members. And also video requests, like if some certain members would like me to check and video their certain place, their actual place here in Cebu, and also private videos if you don't want it published, like your properties, to check on your properties here in the Philippines. Oh no, Cebu, not just Philippines, because that means I'll be traveling to other islands. No, here in Cebu. And also like your girlfriend, I could visit them and give a private video to you, and for a minimal amount of fee. I mean, just to help me with the cost of my channel, because my husband is now moaning of my expenses and the time I spent on this channel. But I will not do anything. That's why I'm asking you your opinion, because it does takes a lot of my time. So I will be offering members benefits, and it will only be minimal amount just to cover channel costs. Like I said, lately, even though my views are up, it's not enough to cover the expenses that I have. That is also rising. Used to be bigger before the pandemic, but now they only have. So like I also have to improve my equipments. As of the moment, is costing my husband and myself a lot, because I want to improve my videos. But although you got some awkwards, like, oh, I don't like your new videos, I like it when your channel is like dead and boring. And he admitted himself that he don't even watch my videos, only once in a while, and then complaining why it's changed a lot. Because like I said, it's come and go, but like 95% like the videos about seeing the different places here in Cebu, and that's all that matters. A lot of them is thanking me. It's really mean a lot. And lately, you can't go on like this forever, like answering comments, answering emails. Emails is the one that's taking so much of my time. I could spend 4 hours on emails. I am really overwhelmed by emails. But I gotta be selective now. I don't want to answer everything because of the experience that I have. So what I'm thinking is to have membership, so there will be preference to who I answer in details, and I could be asking only very minimal amount, because like I said, I don't agree with all this $50, $100 a month. That's ridiculous. But it's only to cover my internet costs, my equipment costs. But the time that I spent on this, I just do it because I like doing it. Like my war videos, history videos, I'd like to do it again. But like I said, the views are not even favorable. But if the member make a request about that and offer a small amount, I think I will be thinking of accepting that now. Just as a minimal amount to cover up my petrol, my equipments to go there. Because as of the moment, the traveling videos, it will put mileage on my car, the thing. But that's only to cover that. My time I do this is free. So I am now here in AS Fortuna, so people that lives here can see that it's progressing slowly, but it will soon be very progressive. And I also, one thing I noticed is the making videos has now become a full-time job because I do enjoy making it, and the emails is what's taking so much of my time. And then the problem with internet, which is really ridiculous. We haven't had the fast internet that you have there abroad, and there will not be a lot of difference. Like I said, some emails of non-members still be answered if I have time. Comments now mostly be answered on videos, because as you've noticed, I try to reach 100 videos a month, and by experimenting now to give you 4 videos a day. I know some people don't like it, but I like making the videos. I like spending time making the videos, not answering emails by details. Not because it's become like that. I got more emails than I expected it to be in one day. I mean, I'm overwhelmed with it. People answering different things, and not even a thank you, most of it. You know, only the respectful ones gives you a big thank you. And like I said, even stab you in the back, make a video about it, and then I send you another video, answer different, inquiring about different things again, and you know that he made a video about it, and so you just don't bother to answer anymore. So with those membership, they can pay small amounts like $5, $2 to make a request. Depends on the location of their places, of their properties. And then if they're communicating with someone here, I could film there, send to you privately videos if they are around Cebu. But if they are in different islands, that will be different, because that will mean that it will cost me more. So I want you to give your honest opinion about it. I will not be asking too much every month. Maybe the max will be $10, $20. Depends on your opinions, my dear viewers and subscribers, because the expenses is going up, and I will not be able to answer most emails, and that's why I need to be selective. But there will be not gonna be a lot of changes. I'll still be making videos, but it will be the emails I will not be answering so much, no requests, because recently I have a request, nicely requested, that if I could video their rental property, and the fuss that I have to make just to film that rental property is to get a barangay certificate that you are COVID free. And then how do you be COVID free? You need to have a swab test, and you're doing it for free. And so I realized that I may be too accommodating, and for doing that, I gotta have to have the whole day there, get the barangay request, and then arrange the day to film the rental property. So this is like, I cannot do this all the time. I need help, I need help for my expenses and to improve my equipments, of course. Although I do have some offers now from people that like my war stories, and entailing the war stories, making the war stories rather, is entailing me a lot of thorough research and checking out the places, and also to make sure it's authentic. I gotta have to refer it in other history books, and it's not easy. It's very traffic right now here in AS Fortuna. I am still here near the Harley Davidson showroom, as you can see on the front, and it's quite a humid hot day because it's been raining all day yesterday. So the weather forecast is gonna rain tonight, so I will just get as much video as I can. But as of the moment, I will be picking up my friend from Manila all his things already arrived in my, I put it on my guest house, all his books and stuff. So heavy, 3 boxes of 3 big boxes was delivered there for his studies and research. So once in a while he'll be come out with me, and some of you that's been following me for a while knows him, and you will be seeing him once in a while. But he can also help sometimes with all the research that I do, especially all your dilemmas, because he is also in a different field than me. Then he can give you things like that. He can share his knowledge of, especially he's a contract specialist. You know, on the right side, that's Matthias Grill. That's so busy. Matthias Barbecue Grill all the time. It's now 9, 8, just enough for me to cross, because all the vehicles crossing to that Matthias Grill. So it's not so traffic here. It's only because of that Matthias Grill. So please give me your opinion about it, and I will not make drastic changes, of course. I will just do my best. If the comments are not favorable, of course, but there are intelligent people that knows beyond that it does entails a lot of time, effort, and your expenses, equipment. This is not my means of living, because I could always stop this and do other things that makes me earn more, but this is just my hobby that's taking up a lot of my time now. So I said a little bit of help on the expenses cost, so my husband will be quiet, stop moaning about the M1 computer, and I could pay him back, and he will not be moaning on me anymore of all the expenses and the time I spent out. Because sometimes when I'm home, I'm still on the computer doing emails, and old B is there. What is that? You've been out and then you're answering emails. But soon I'm been forcing old B to come with me when I'm filming out. So sometimes he said, I will come out with you, but not all the time, because he'll rather stay home. So you will be expecting me to be taking old B and show him around, and also why the reason that I'm not taking him around, you will see when we will be riding in the car going to certain places. Keep on arguing about certain things, just fun arguing, you know. I still like spend time around him, and it's fun, but it's just annoying sometimes. But he does agree that he will come out with me once in a while now, so that's a good improvement. So here in the left, this is J Center Mall, and on the right is Suzuki showroom. And you got here on the left is another multi-cab brand. It's from the Norcas one. They have, their name is multi-cab, but it's still the surplus units. But it depends, you know, with multi-cabs, it depends on how well they refurbish the actual units. Some foreigners or some people did not understand that multi-cabs are actually surplus. Surplus means they are phase out units in Japan, or sometimes some of the surplus are like bongos are from Korea. They are phase out units of that country. That's why you can hear some Filipinos saying that we are the garbage place for those kind of phase out, but they don't realize that it's aimed for the masses. A lot of people cannot afford a pickup like you see on the front, a brand new car, so they are limited to a motorbike or the surplus vehicles that can carry their businesses, crops, and family from the mountain areas. You know, those jeepneys are surplus. So now the best way for you to buy surplus units or the multi-cabs is how well they are refurbished. And one of the best ones are multi-cabs by Norquist or the Japan Trade Center. And even the cheapest I've seen for good refurbishing is Ison Surplus. That's where I buy my multi-cabs. And they are only 660cc, but they come now in different models, vans, pickups, and it's easy to maintain, cheap to run, and cheap parts. And anywhere you can have the mechanic fix it. Unlike if you have this Hilux, you gotta have to have a specialized mechanic that knows about the making of the Hilux. Whereas a multi-cab, it can be anywhere. That's what, based on my experience, if we break down in somewhere in the mountains, when I'm traveling with the village people, we just have it fixed on the roadside mechanic. So that's how convenient it is for me to fix multi-cab. And during my building days, when I'm back to buildings, it howls. It's been with me for over 10 years. It's howling sand and gravel and materials, no problem. And if there's any broken parts, you can easily fix it that day, run again next day. So that's why I have multi-cabs that do those dirty jobs, you know. Buying a awkward item can be carried on a multi-cab. Buying plants, buying anything. So it was quite convenient and just easy to maintain, just on the corner, you know. So that's the story of multi-cabs. And around here now, we are this Ferrari karaoke bar. Of course, they're not allowed to open yet. And that's the, if you look at the left side, that's the big Norquist since 1962. That's the big Norquist factory there. They're also, before, they are the exclusive distributor in Cebu, in the Philippines, for Yamaha Motors. And then their contract ends. That's why you can see a lot of Yamaha Motors dealer now. Before, it's just exclusive by Norquist. Now they have an exclusive motorbike from China called Haoji. That's the so-called #1 motorbike from China, and it's still exclusive for now by Norquist again. And they also have the multi-cabs. They have different product that they make there in their factory. So that's the Norquist, and you can see branches all over the Philippines for Norquist. And we are stuck again in traffic. I'll just turn up so I can have a drink. So continuing on, I'm now here on Mandawi Highway, and I will be turning here on the right, not going up the overpass, because I'm planning to go to the first bridge. Because like I said, they are working on the road towards the second bridge, and there's a lot of holes on the ground, on the street. So, especially the one coming from Mactan. Oh, you have to have your third eye to look for the potholes, while also your other eyes is looking at the pedestrians, the traffic. So I'm turning here on the left to go to the first bridge. God, there's loads of ukay-ukay stalls there. You know, ukay-ukay are also another surplus clothes from abroad. Because, you know, it's a good money earner, because a lot of people will buy that, especially in the provinces, because not everyone can afford new clothes. And also, by luck, you can also find branded clothes, branded shoes, branded used clothes there for pennies. It's gonna be yellow, so I'll have to stop because I can't run so fast. I only have the reserve tires on the side. So another thing that you're gonna see in here in the Philippines are vendors like this on the road, selling peanuts, selling snacks, selling drinks. And of course there are beggars once in a while that will be knocking on the doors of the car to ask for pennies or whatever you can give them. But one of my experience with that, I got a lot of 20 cents, 25 centavo cents. And so one beggar knocked on the door, so I got like about 20 or 30 25 centavo cents in my pot in my other car. I gave it to her and she returned it back. She don't want the coins. She said, if you're gonna give me at least start from 1 peso or bills. Wow, I thought beggars can't be choosy. And she returned the pot of 25 centavo cents to me. Is somewhere here in Mandaue as well. Again, I think near the bridge. OMG, I didn't realize that beggars can be choosy on what you can give, what money you will give them. So that's one thing that you will be seeing on the roadside streets here in the Philippines. I don't think it's only limited to Cebu. You'll be seeing vendors, you'll be seeing all these beggars. In fact, some has even got gimmicks. What I mean with gimmicks is they will be bringing their children with them on the heat, make them dirty, and carry them around as they ask for money around. Because why have to let the child endure the heat and the dust? You know, just to show you that she wants that. Because I could remember our neighbors in the squatters will even borrow one's child, like, oh, I will watch your child for you, and all the while they be bringing it on the streets, make them dirty while the parents is working, and make them props for their begging. So not all of them is real. Someone here selling masi. Masi is a delicacy from Liloan. It's made of glutinous rice. This is the one I mean. Look, a child there is begging on the windows, and you don't give them. If I don't have food, I will not give it to, because that will only encourage them. And it's not only, there will be more children here asking if they can make a big buck on one day. So the best way is to just give them food if you have food in the car. Otherwise, don't give them cash. They'll just be gambling or making vices out of it. Because they will ask you that I'm really hungry, so give them food if you have extra, but not cash. So we are now in AC Cortez Road. I'm trying to go off the first bridge on the way to the airport. And this is the situation. We're waiting for traffic lights to go green. I'll just turn off for now. You can see on the roadside there that 2 cars has been stopped and got a ticket because they're in the wrong lane. And that's why another thing, if you are driving, you gotta have to be careful about the lanes. And unfortunately, they keep on changing the rules. Some, like, you know these cones? That's what you have to observe. Like, look, this is a 3-lane road. Those lanes on the side should be going underneath the bridge for turning, and this is the 2-lane going up. Apparently, have you noticed that we're not using that lane? I'm here on the right side. Since I noticed the cone, I'm trying to insert here, but Fortunately, I get in. But what is this? Why we're not using that other lane? And that's what the fault of those two vehicles by following that lane. And another thing, after this bridge, if you're coming from Marigondon, you cannot go on the third lane and go into the lane that's going up to the bridge. You're gonna have to be following the cones. OMG, I didn't realize that. I was stopped one time and I said, look, I'm from the province, I don't know. I just pretend I'm from the province, of course. I don't know that is the case here. MD, look, we are not using the other lane, and that's why those two got ticket. So I am now on the foot of the bridge, the first bridge, because if the second bridge is not hazardous to drive on as of the moment, I will be there. It's faster there, but I'm only a small car, so I'd rather drive where the road is better. Of course, those big pickup will just drive through that second bridge, no fuss. But not on a small car, you can see, you can feel everything from shaking to the bumps, and your body will be in pain after the end of the day. So now I know about that. I'll rather, as of the moment, I'd rather go to Mactan via the first bridge, in and out. I know it's quite hard, but it's safer for my vehicle. But even look at these big ones. Why are they not going through the second bridge? Because I believe the holes are getting bigger with all this constant rain. Now we're driving through. I hope it's not gonna be stopping, but you can see why they're giving tickets to those vehicles that was in the wrong lane. If I was those vehicles, I'll be saying that I'm going underneath the bridge and just turn around. But that was, in my experience, coming from Marigondon before, I was stopped because I was in the wrong lane, and he gonna give me a ticket. And before he even write there, I told him, sir, can you just defer that, because I'm from the province. I don't know that you're changing anything here, and I don't know this, I don't know that. I'm only a lady driver. That is the point. The ladies can also pretend that they're just the first time driving. And he just, okay, this is just your first warning, you need to be aware about that. What province are you in? So I said far south, Oslo. So he can really understand why you are so naive, because you're already in the tip on the south of Cebu. But rather than waste your time arguing, paying your ticket in the LTO, it takes another day of your time if you can get away with the drama that you're showing. So at least that one got a good vulnerable heart that, okay, this is your first warning. So that's another thing, watch out for the cones, because it might be a ticket if you're driving around here that you're on the wrong lane, especially if you're a foreigner. You're not aware and familiar with all this, keep changing lane. So here I will be going here on the right lane, but I'll be waiting here because I can't go in through, or I'll try to. So they will be easing up here. I'll just go and follow that white car. So in here in Mactan, the buses that is operating are mostly the white ones like this. Lapu-Lapu City Public Market to Ponta Ingenio. I think this is coming from somewhere in Cebu. as it goes through the bridge. So this is the checkpoint, disaster regiment, whatever. They got the checkpoint there. That's not in use. That's just become a road blockage, but they will not take it off. You know, if it's not used for a while, can you just put it on the roadside to make the traffic smoother, not turning around, avoiding it? But they won't. Like, Cebu has been in MGCQ for a few months now, but all these checkpoints on the road are still visible, are still there, causing traffic blockage, sometimes barriers on the road. They cannot even put it in the roadside because it's been MGCQ. Why don't they just put it back when it's strict again? Now look what happened to that checkpoint. It became a parking space for some motorists. So the head of the police or the checkpoint should also be thinking about what is the cause of the traffic. Maybe some of their road blockers is the cause of the traffic. So I have to stop for now. Of course, I'm thirsty. It's very hot today. I'll only take a zip, and then also since it's very hot, I can't full blast the aircon when I'm talking on the car because it will not be heard. So the traffic move and then it's so quick. Look at the left turn is red again. And like I said, I turn it off so I could put the aircon blasting on. Otherwise, if I talk with the aircon blasting on, I can't be heard. So I have to make it minimal. Oh, this in the front, just back, reverse back. So this is what you see as you go in the crossing of Lapu-Lapu First Bridge. So you got there the welcome Lapu-Lapu city sign with all the Plantation Bay. You go ahead 7.21 kilometers from here. J Park, go ahead. Blue Water, go ahead, straight on. And then the Mactan, Shangri-La, you go on the left. That will be 8.55 kilometers. Then the Moving Peak, also turn on the left, follow the road on the left. Costa Bella, go ahead right on the front road, and then B Hotel. So on the right side, that will be going to the other side of Mactan, you know, the open market for foreigners who's not been here, from also the other people that's not living here in Cebu Island. So that will take you to open market and also the road to Cordoba. That'll be easier there on Marigondon. And also, like, the devotees can go there to the Virgin Sarigla Church. If you go on the left, you'll be passing the second bridge, going to the airport as well. And right on the end, in the Mactan processing zone, you'll be turning on the right, going to the airport vicinity. But as of the moment, the traffic here is stuck up because it's so quick to go red. So turn off again. So I'm now here in the highway of Paho, Barangay Paho. That will take me first to pass the second bridge, and further up that will take me to the airport. So it's 11:40. My friend will be arriving about 12:10 or something like that. So it's almost there. So this is Gaisano Mactan Island Mall, one of their popular malls here, aside of course from the one, the Island Mall there in near the Mactan Export Processing Zone. Behind is the Cebu Yachts Club 2-1 Amber. It's gonna be stopped again soon. You see what I mean? That it takes so quick to stop here. But here on the left right side, that is the Lapu-Lapu City Hall. It can't be seen here because all of the it's barred, but you can see. I'll have a tour around it later on for like the Mactan Lapu-Lapu sights and sound. But you can see a lot of vendors there serving lunch for the people. And that's right near the City Hall. So in the Mandaue, here in Mactan and Mandaue, they have those with counter 26, 25 on the street lights, but 8 out of 10 they don't work most of the time, so you just have to watch the color, the red and green, because the numbers sometimes or most times don't work. We're gonna go in a minute. 4, 3, 2, 1, green, go. So that's the City Hall on the right side. It's a very busy street there. There's loads of vendors on both sides of the road. But around here, this is one of the first roads that you will see when you land first time in Cebu. The Paho, Barangay Paho Road here, highway in Lapu-Lapu City, Mactan. So up there ahead, you can see that's the second bridge going in, and we will be going under there, and it's easier because they are not doing the roads. So you still see the establishments around that you'll be familiar for those who already stayed here or been here. So here we'll be joining the traffic from the second bridge. If you want to go by your second bridge, you can turn there on the left, but I'm going straight. The traffic's not so bad. There you can see the different hotels that you'll be familiar with for those that have stayed here or been here. Parking that they have there from Azon Residences Condo. There's a lot of cafes here, and also the blockage for so-called inspection point. There you can see the sign, the airport's going on the left, right, and up ahead we'll be going to Mactan Shrine and going to Shangri-La and Mactan New Town. So we will be going on the right because I'm going to the airport. This is around Barangay Ibu. So most of you, foreigner or local wise, is familiar about this if you have tried traveling by airplane. Or experience in traveling airplane. This is our only airport for now. Maybe in the future there'll be another one, but I think this is sufficient for our needs here in Cebu, here in Mactan Island. Because the Lahog Airport used to be, the IT Park used to be a Lahog domestic airport, but it's already abolished. It's everything here now. The Mactan Cebu International Airport. As you know, it's recently been upgraded, but because of this pandemic, I think they are struggling to get back their investments on it. So here we are, so-called check. I don't know what they're checking.
Ma'am, saan ni ma'am?
Manila.
Manila.
As if like, guard, come on. Asking me where am I going. I said I'm going to Manila. So all the cones again, road barriers. Since that time that I was stopped in going up the first Mactan Bridge with the cones, because I'm driving from Marigondon. Oh, I'm quite looking out for these cones now. Where are they directing me? So vehicles, there are no entry. You go up ahead. Now let's see what this one is doing. Okay, we're going to the domestic airport. It's going to waterfront. Domestic will be turning on the left, right on the end. The international arrivals will go straight ahead. So that one, with the barriers, look at all this wasted building here on the side. Look at that. Vegetation is now covering it all up. This is another extension of the airport. Philippine Air Force is part of the Philippine Air Force. So look at that is that international on the right, and this is the domestic. Departures, arrivals will be on this side. And also, if you go on the left, right there, you can go also towards the international arrival. If you have a mistake going here, that is the parking area. Departures back up, park off, and let's see if we can park here in the domestic area. If not, I'll just turn around and do the parking. But this is now the domestic airport. I'll try to see if he has arrived. I don't think he does, because he hasn't texted me. Maximum of 2 minutes drop off. Let's see if we can park on the, you see it's open. Where those parking space over there. Let's see if I can. Because there's parking here on the right. Let's see if there's still a space. So this is the think this is a parking area. I'll just park here for a while and text my friend if he has arrived. So I have to get down here because that was the parking area for rent-a-cars. They said there is a proper parking area around here for picking up passengers. So I have to see where. So this is the parking area. There's Bay 10, Bay 9. Perhaps this is the one. I'll ask. Sir, asa ta pwedeng parking? Dire ka ni mga bay. Thank you, sir. So this is Bay 7. So you can actually park here if you're early. So this is better.